Microsoft bought Zenimax for a small sum of $7.5 billion in cash last week in what is arguably one of the biggest blockbuster video game acquisitions of all time. Coming with a load of riches, the purchase nets the Xbox manufacturer with a plethora of valuable IPs and talented studios, and occurred just a day before the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S, the new consoles that Microsoft is releasing in less than 2 months, were available for pre-order. What a coincidence. Press X to doubt. For those of you who need a refresher, Zenimax was a third-party publisher, most well known for being the parent company of Bethesda, i.e. the publisher and Western RPG developer renowned for the Elder Scrolls series and owning the rights to the Fallout IP. Additionally, Bethesda is the parent company of Doom developer id Software, Dishonored developer Arcane Studios, and several other developers. Essentially, after the acquisition, Microsoft is now the parent company of Zenimax, which makes them the grandparent company of Bethesda, which makes them the great-grandparent company of id Software, Arcane, and a few other developers. How about that for bribing your way onto a family tree? This is obviously good news for Microsoft. Purchasing Zenimax by the power of a fuck ton of money places the company in a great position in the upcoming console war with the PlayStation 5. With 2 new, very confusingly named Xbox consoles on the horizon, no relation, Microsoft is clearly attempting to swing their massive cock wallet around in order to secure more exclusives for both of their next Xboxes in order to better compete with Sony, who, let's be honest here, trounced Microsoft this current generation in terms of killer software. Seriously, no one's buying an Xbox One for super lucky tail, Microsoft. The Zenimax acquisition appears to remedy this problem for Microsoft. With the purchase, the Xbox brand now has the rights to Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom, Wolfenstein, Quake, Dishonored, Prey, and many other properties, and Microsoft can feature them as console exclusives to Xbox, as well as showcase them on their premier rental service, Xbox Game Pass. Which is great for Microsoft and good for Xbox fans and early adopters of the new systems, but it's not necessarily dandy for gaming as a whole. Microsoft's acquisition of Zenimax is representative of the Xbox brand's current strategy that benefits Microsoft more so than everyone else. Over the past few years, Microsoft has been snapping up third-party developers like Ninja Theory, Obsidian, Mojang, and Double Fine as if they were free appetizers at Applebee's. In theory, securing games by these developers adds value to the Xbox brand. After all, exclusive software sells hardware, and the Zenimax deal gives Microsoft a lot of software that may tantalize potential customers into buying new Xbox systems and services, because in theory, all these new IPs gives the Xbox brand more value than it did before. But that's in theory. The reality is much different. Microsoft acquiring developers and publishers and turning their games into Xbox and PC exclusives are not adding value to the brand. They are just devaluing other consoles like the PlayStation 5 or the Nintendo Switch. See, if Microsoft were to make their own studios and build IPs from the ground up, that would be adding value. But instead, Microsoft is taking the Disney-style approach of just purchasing properties and series that people like, and Microsoft could potentially limit what systems and services these games will appear on in the future. So yeah, the Zenimax acquisition overall is not good for the gamers, TM. And yes, I get that I'm being a downer here. After all, Zenimax being under the Xbox umbrella has some positives. New and old games like this year's Doom Eternal will be available on the Xbox Game Pass. It is now conceivable that Obsidian can make a follow-up to the beloved Fallout New Vegas. Microsoft will honor the fact that 2 Bethesda-published titles in Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop will remain timed PS5 exclusives as they were originally agreed to. Bethesda will never have to do another embarrassing E3 press conference, and Xbox head Phil Spencer stated that titles under the Zenimax umbrella could be multi-platform in the future on a case-by-case basis. This all sounds good, but here's the thing. All these positive elements are just niceties, sugarcoating the fact that there is a legitimate possibility that non-Xbox owners might not have access to certain games by Bethesda, id Software, Arcane, etc. For a few examples, it is entirely within the realm of possibility that you might not be able to play the next Doom on PlayStation 5, despite owning Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal on PS4. And it's also possible that the Elder Scrolls 6 could be withheld from non-Xbox consoles, despite how Skyrim was available on the PS3, PS4, microwaves, and about every system, to be honest. Those games not being available on platforms that they otherwise would have been is a legitimate possibility, and it doesn't matter if Microsoft is being polite about it and has a stellar rental service in Xbox Game Pass. A lot of video games that otherwise would have been available on multiple platforms now might not be. And I don't care how you spin it, that sucks and benefits Microsoft more so than you or me.